All right, AJT fam. This is group 2 of the first 90 days of trading. We are up to chapter 7. And I hope all the previous chapters we've covered, I hope everything has resonated with you and that any questions you had or any issues, you scheduled a mentor session and we were able to work through them. So now we're moving into working with our mindset. All right, and I call this the trader mindset. That's what we all have to develop. Okay, so why should we develop our mental skills? Day trading is not just about finding a strategy, trading it, and then banking some money. It's a lot deeper than that. I know it sounds simple, and in theory, it is that simple. There's a lot of stuff that comes behind it. We need to develop certain mental skills that's going to allow us to execute that strategy, our edge, in a hostile environment. I don't know about you. I don't know how you define a hostile environment, but the market is damn sure a hostile environment. If you haven't felt that yet, I don't know what you've been smoking. Maybe I need to get some of that. But it is a hostile environment. And the hard part about trading is executing your strategy effectively and efficiently in all market conditions. Now, there are days when, man, we could blindfold ourselves and throw a dart and just nail it. There are many days like that. But then, there are a lot more days where the market's a lot more volatile and we have to have the right mindset. It's highly unlikely that we have the right mindset coming in. There may be less than 1% that have that right mindset. But we may have, some of us may be strong in a couple of areas, but weak in others. The thing about trading is we have to be strong in everything. Anything that we're weak in will cause us not to be successful. Or it will hurt how much it will determine how much success we can achieve. So, I know you've heard this before. I've heard it. I can't remember who I heard it from. It might have been Mark Douglas, but successful traders aren't born. They are developed. They're built. They're molded and shaped into the person that they need to be. I don't know how many of you have been in the service, but I remember going through basic training, and at first I really didn't understand why we were being crapped on all the time. And I realize now they were breaking us down. They were beating all of the crap that we picked up growing up out of us. And they were molding us and shaping us into what we needed to be, what we needed to have to be a successful soldier. Because if we didn't get it, if we go into battle, we're either going to get ourselves killed or our platoon killed. So basically that's what we're doing. And that's why you have a lot of people call what they do a boot camp, because that's basically what it should be doing. Unfortunately, they don't do it. In the boot camp, they don't break you down and build you back up. And that's what should be done in any boot camp you look at or that you want to trade in. you want to make sure that it's one that's going to break you down, that's going to pull you apart, and then put you back together the way you need to be put together. All right, so just because you have a proven winning strategy, just because you're learning it or somebody's teaching you that, does not mean you're going to be a consistently profitable trader. There are people that try to follow my trades every day, and they're not successful at it, because even if you're following somebody, you have to have the right mindset. You have to believe and trust in the setups, and that a trade will not follow the expected outcome. Okay, if you're thinking that your setup's going to give you a win every time, it's going to lead to trouble. You have to understand that no matter what, you don't know. That's the environment that we're working in. We just don't know. So we have to be ready to accept anything. Okay, so you're going to need the mental skills. You're going to need the trader's mindset in order to come in every day and execute your trades according to the rules of engagement for the strategy that you're trading. Here in group 2, we covered one strategy. We covered the second strategy in group 1, but it doesn't matter what strategies you trade. You have to execute according to the rules of engagement. It doesn't matter if you're on a winning streak or if you're on a losing streak. You have to stay focused on the process of the strategy versus what might happen in the trade. You have to know exactly what to do and when to do it without any hesitation or fear. That's it. You have to be able to do that. Not focusing on the outcomes, but focusing on you executing your process in the market. Now, if you were here with me, a couple of weeks ago, I was just in a bad state. We had an unspeakable tragedy that happened in mid-January. I'm still dealing with it today. But I thought I had put it behind me. But because we're still dealing with so much, the estate stuff just keeps going and going and going. It's just a slow process that you just can't fully move away from it. And things were affecting me subconsciously. And I was trading like a damn jackass and didn't know it, didn't realize it. It took somebody to tell me, dude, the hell are you doing? And, so one meeting with my trading psychologist, one session, and that's that. I was back on track. So we've got to have the right mindset. If it doesn't matter if we know what to do and how to do it, like I did, if your mind is not right, it's just not going to happen. And that's exactly what happened to me. So if you were here, you got to see what can happen live and the process that you need. Sometimes it's just as simple as meeting with your mentor. I'm fortunate enough to have a trading psychologist he's not technically a trading psychologist. He's an occupational therapist. And I took some of his classes when I was teaching. He's a professor at the university. I taught him how to day trade. So we just kind of meshed. But just talking to him and understanding where the breakdown was, I was able to fix it. So it's really, really important that you have the right mindset. Okay, a successful day trader knows that your success, his or her success, is not found in a box. Many times traders look for the answers to their trading woes in technical analysis, technology, books, videos, trading classes. The answers aren't there. The answer is found inside of you. Understanding and controlling your own emotions and developing the discipline needed to execute trades is all about discovering who you are. We have to be flawless in our execution. I call that extreme execution. We have to be flawless in that. It's discovering your strengths and weaknesses and making them work for you. Knowing how to make your strengths work and learning how to turn your weaknesses into strengths, or working to where it doesn't affect you in your day-to-day trading. Success in day trading is a result of the mastery of oneself. Okay, let me repeat that. I've got it in red because that's how important it is. Success in day trading is a result of the mastery of oneself. That's the main focus of my mentoring, is to help you master yourself. If you want to learn the strategies, I can teach you the strategies too. Really, really simple. But the work that you're going to put in is going to be on mastering yourself and being able to execute those strategies regardless. Now, I talk about your success is not found in a box. When I first started trading, there was this company called Stock Horizon that supposed, in this software, you would buy it, you pay a monthly fee for it, and what it would do is give you signals. It'll tell you what stock to watch, when to get in it, and when to get out. And I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. The problem is, it's not reading price action. It's not reading the chart. So it rarely worked. It might have worked once or twice, but it rarely worked. And I couldn't trade it. And then on top of that, I didn't have the mindset to even, give it a fair chance. But your trading success is not found in that. It's not found in a box. It's not found in a DVD set or anything. It's found inside yourself. It's found in developing the trader mindset. That's where it's found. All right, so here, most of us are like this. All right, we're not the person we need to be right now to be a successful trader. I can promise you that. If you can't see that in your results, you're blind as a bat. All right, you're not the person who you need to be. I admit I was like that too. I wasn't the person I needed to be. But I was too blind and stubborn to see it. Until, thankfully I was brought to the light and, taught that before I tore myself up. But we have these high, extraordinary goals that we set for ourselves in trading, but we still have that same ordinary mindset that we work through every day. Okay, the hard truth is, trading is not us against the market. The market is the game. The market is where we play the game. And it's not so much us against people on the other side of our trades, the big traders or the big funds. It's mainly us against ourselves. Once we've solved the puzzle of ourself, then we can make it. We can get to where we want to be. Okay? A big problem in this is technology. We think technology is the easiest thing. and that there's no way we can fail if we have the right technology. Wrong. I don't care what kind of technology you have. If you can't implement it, if you don't have the mindset to manage it, it doesn't matter. It's useless to you. It's worthless. Just like it was worth that $150 a month stock picking thing was useless to me because I didn't have the right mindset to even execute. But so the reality is you cannot get extraordinary results from an ordinary mindset. Okay, and our ordinary mindset is a big part of that is we want instant results. We feel because of technology now, we want instant results. That's one of the bad things that technology has brought about is that we want things instantly. If you don't believe me, go to McDonald's, and if you have to stand in line more than 3 minutes, you're pissed waiting for your food. You want it like right now. If you log onto your computer and it's going through an update, you're pissed because it's not logged on or it's not going fast enough. You cut it on, you're ready for it to come on instantly. That's what we've been programmed to do and to expect. And people like me who in my age group, we've been reprogrammed to we didn't look for instant results when I was growing up. That wasn't a part of the deal. But now I grew up with the emerging technology of computers and things coming faster. So my mind, was reprogrammed to want instant things. Some of you grown up and that's all you know. So it's very hard for us to get that out of our mind and understand that, hey, this is a process and we have to develop our mind first. So this puzzle most likely depicts your trading self right now. We're all mixed up. Okay, we've got all the pieces to be successful now. If we've gone to a class or gone through a program or a boot camp or whatever, you probably have all the pieces that you need. You just don't have the mental part of it. You don't know how to put all of these pieces together to where it makes sense and you could be successful. So take a close look at these pieces. There's one that's noticeably different than the rest. And it's right here. It's this one right here. All the other ones have at least 3 flat sides. Everything has at least 3 flat sides. This one doesn't. This one has a connection on each of its sides. So this tells you, everything has to be connected to you. Everything has to be directly connected to you. And why is that? Because you don't have any flat edges, you are the center of your trading self. Everything's going to revolve around you. You're the nucleus. If you remember from your physical science days and you learning about atoms, you're the nucleus. Everything revolves around you. And you have the gravity that's pulling everything into you. Now, how do you make a nuclear explosion? You split the atom. You're able to come in and split it, and all of these things fly out, very violently. But if you don't do it, then this is a very strong bond. And that's what we're trying to create here. We're trying to create that very strong bond. Having you as the nucleus and having that solid gravity that just pulls everything into you and holds it. All right, so if we don't have that, our trading world is gonna blow like the atomic bomb. So one of my jobs, or my main job, is to help you put everything together, but more importantly, help you develop yourself, that nucleus, to keep all of this together. What happens after we've made what happens if after we've made a bunch of winning trades in a row? We think we're the best thing since sliced bread. Nothing can stop us now. We got it. I don't need to follow my rules. You start to get weaker. You start to get weak. And guess what starts to fall apart? Your risk management starts to fall apart. Starts to try to come loose. Your money management starts to come loose. Your education is falling apart. That starts to come loose. You're not following your trading strategy. That's falling apart. Your capital, this thing gets blown into a million bits. This is what we want to avoid. This is why developing this mindset is exactly what we have to do. Okay, and you guys have seen this. I posted this recently on Twitter, this quote. And it said, the market ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as the market. And that's true. But it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. All right? So you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of this or that or the market. Like, my broker sucks. My platform sucks. I don't, you come up with all these excuses. Cowards do that. And that's not us. And if that's what you come in and do, and that's why sometimes you may think I'm mean when I kind of get on you about complaining and all of that. But it's because I feel we're bigger than that. Because cowards are the ones that sit there and complain. Yeah, I may cry, about the market being garbage and the market being crap. But I know how to respond to it. I'm just saying, hey, the market ain't crap today. It ain't worth 2 cents today. But that's not breaking me down, and that's not going to make me do something that I don't want to do. And I'm not going to, cry about it saying that I'm not successful because of it. That's what cowards do. We're better than that. I want to teach you, and I'm trying to teach you to be better than that. But we have to start believing in ourselves. Until we do, we're not going to have a trading career. All right, so, and I paraphrased this from that speech Rocky gave his son in that movie, Rocky Balboa. Because that was a very powerful speech. If you haven't seen it, you need to go back and watch it. Watch the movie so you can gain some context. That's very powerful. And I love using this in our the first 90 days of trading, because that's something you're going to have to accept. There's no ifs and buts about it. So this is how you want to look. When we're all said and done, you're going to be put together real nice. Just like this. Once your foundation is built, and remember, you're the nucleus. You create the energy that holds it all together. The energy that you create is psychological energy. The forces that are constantly trying to break you up are your emotions, your fear, and your greed. The psychological energy you create must be strong enough to withstand everything that will come at you. Okay, everything. We're going to go through some storms. We're going to go through some really rough times. You guys that have been with me the last couple of months, you've seen me go through the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. The hardest times I've ever been through in my life. That it was really close to destroying me and my trading and everything. But if I didn't have the strength that I built, if I didn't have this, and my nucleus wasn't strong enough to hold this together long enough until I got the help I needed that helped me strengthen this again, I would have been torn up. I wouldn't be here right now. People would be, I wonder what happened to the average Joe trader. You know, he was around for, 10, 11, 12 years, and what happened to him? All of a sudden he disappeared, and then rumors start. But it's very, very important. So before you start thinking about actively trading, or if you already are actively trading, you need to stop. And you need to get to know who you are as a trader. The main problem I see with 99% of the day trading education programs is that they do not do enough to address the personal growth and development of the potential trader. They neglect to focus enough on the psychological component of trading. That's a typo I gotta fix. Which, as I stated early, is the energy that holds this all together. It is. Now, a lot of these programs, they teach you good information. They teach you about the market. They teach you a lot of stuff you really will never need to know depending on how you trade. So I don't like doing that. I like focusing on helping you develop the mindset that you're going to need to be successful. That's my job. That's my charge. All right, so we all know the psychology refers to the mental state. And I believe that determines the success or failure of a person. All right, that's what I believe. The first thing we've got to understand is that the psychology of trading will affect traders differently. Your inherent personal biases and emotions, they're going to be a part of your trading psychology. In order to develop the trader mindset, this is what we have to master first. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we have two main drivers of our emotions, fear and greed. These emotions are the most influential in our trading. Next, we have to be honest with ourselves about who we are and what we want from trading. So you want to ask yourself, what's your personality? How were you brought up as it relates to risk? Do you have any negative feelings about risk? You got to be 100% honest with yourself. All right, full disclosure, guys, I just jumped in Tesla. All right, I know you can't see my platform now, but I just wanted to let you know. So remember, you have to be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, it's going to be very difficult to move forward. All right, you have to be honest with yourself. Okay? So you got some homework. You got some homework this week. You need to take a personal inventory of what discipline qualities you need to work on. You need to also identify what's strong. What qualities you have that's strong. Okay? Ideally, do that based on trading experience, since trading tends to expose the vulnerabilities that you have. Okay, and it also exposes the strengths that we may not know we have. The personal inventory requires looking at your discipline, patience, adaptability, mental toughness, independence, and forward thinking. Like I said before, be 100% honest with yourself. Okay, discuss your findings with your mentor, your trading accountability partner, your spouse, your significant other, whoever you talk to. You want to talk about it and then try to put together a plan to address these weaknesses. If they can't help you, that's where your mentor comes in, where he can help you develop this. So that's your homework. So if you guys that I'm working with now, if you don't really understand, if you're unsure about it, just hit me up. Shoot me an email. Remember, you gotta catch me on my Gmail. That's the only one that works now. For some reason, the other one does not like the new website. So the Gmail is the only one that you can catch me on right now. All right, any questions? Yeah, self-sabotage comes from you not really knowing or not being conscious of what's your conflicting beliefs. Because you may have a belief system that trading conflicts against. Like, there are people who just despise gambling, but they try not to look at trading as gambling, but there's some similarities in the mindset that you've got to have. Conflicting beliefs, and it can cause you to not be successful. All right, any questions? Hopefully I explained this good. Hopefully I didn't put everybody to sleep. Did I explain this to your satisfaction? And don't forget, guys, utilize this personal learning journal after every meeting, after every session. Utilize it. Okay, I went over how to use it in the very first class. So you got the video to it. You can go back and double check it. But please, 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 please take advantage of what I put together for you. Yeah, you want to be aware of outside influences. It could be just as simple as you getting upset before your trading day. Like, I used to take my son to school every morning. If I got mad at, in the traffic or something like that, sometimes it would come in and it would start affecting me. It would. And you've got outside influences. If you fight with your spouse, or you at work and you get upset at your job, all of these things will work against you. So you're absolutely right. All right, anything else? Let me put the chart up here. You can see this is where I got in. There's a huge window all the way down. It's not a tight window, so we should be able to squeeze out some profit. Should be able to squeeze out some profit here. But remember, you got to be patient. We're at lunchtime. You got to be patient. Things might move a little slower, but just be a little patient with it. All right, guys. So I'm going to shut down the recording, get this loaded up. But as always, if you have any questions, you can email me, ask me in chat. I am here.